and welcome to another episode. In today's episode, I am going to be talking about the important rule in CSS. But before we get started, if you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you find this video useful, share it with someone else. And if you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also, if you want to support my channel, I am going to leave my PayPal link in the description below. Okay, so let's get started. So to get started with the important rule here in CSS, I need you guys to open w3schools.com. You're going to jump into the CSS section and you're going to scroll all the way down to where it says CSS important. At the same time, I need you to have opened the same website we've been coding so far. I already have it clean and the code we have been using so far for it. Okay, so once you have everything open, let's go back to W3 Schools. Yesterday, we were talking a little bit of specificity. So you know how certain elements and certain categories has certain hierarchy in order for you to apply the style. So what the important rule does is that it overrides any previous rule that you have code into CSS. So let's go ahead and read a little bit. So what is the important rule? So the important rule in CSS is used to add more importance to a property or a value more than normal. Okay, so if you see the important rule, it'll override everything. Like it'll override all previous style or all the previous rules you have given to a specific property on an element. So I'm going to show you here an example in how this works. First, let's hit here where it says try it yourself. Now I'm going to copy 3 paragraphs, okay? And we're going to paste this into our body section on HTML. So paragraph number 1 is just a paragraph. The second paragraph has a class, which is called my class. And then the third paragraph has an ID, which is called my ID. So going to save that, going back to our code, let's hit refresh. Boom, there you go. So here you have the 3 paragraphs. Now, what we are going to do is to style all of them. And I'm simply going to copy and paste all selectors, and I'm going to paste them in here. Okay, I'm going to delete the important rule here. And okay, right now I am giving to the paragraph that has a class of my ID a background of blue, the one that has a class a background of gray, and the one that has just the P as a selector a background color of red. Okay, so now that we have applied that, you see how that has changed in here. So now you see all 3 paragraphs with the ID, you see the paragraph with a class, and you see a paragraph with a background color of blue. So the one that only has a paragraph is red, that's the first one. Then the one that has a class is gray, and then the other one blue, the other one in blue, it's the one with my ID. So what's going on here is that if we go ahead and you see how all of them right now has different colors, right? Red, gray, and blue. So what's going on in the important rule is that if I apply the important rule to the red one, meaning all paragraphs will be important, I'm telling here to my code, I want you to color all paragraphs with the P selector in red, with a background of red. And it doesn't matter all previous rules that I've given, like the class or IDs. I want you just to follow this one because this one, it's important for me. So as soon as I hit save, going back to our code, I hit refresh. Now all of them will turn into red. Why? Because I am making all P tags to be important with this style to be important. So that's what the important rule does. You can overwrite anything that you have written before. So one more thing that you need to know about the important rule is that you can also override that. And the only way to override an important rule is to include another important rule on a declaration, right? So here is another example. You have the same 3 paragraphs with all of them marked as important. So let me just go ahead and do this right now, just so you can see. So this one is going to be important. Okay, whoops, important. Then this one also, I will make it important. Okay, so as soon as you make all 3 of them important, you wonder what's gonna happen next. Let's hit refresh. boom, they go back to normal. So the hierarchy goes back to the same. Just because everything is important, the browser will read all of them as they were before. The one that has an ID will be color blue, the one that has a class will be color gray, and then the one that has a simply p tag will be color red. So that's how you can override important rules, okay? But I wanted you to know exactly how to do this, just in case you face this situation in the future and you want to override your CSS style. So that was it for this video, everyone. I hope you liked it. If you did, remember, give me a thumbs up. That really helps my channel a lot so I can keep uploading these videos. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. That way you will know every time that I'm uploading a new episode. So remember that you can always ask Lixi. Bye everyone, and see you again in the next episode.